Let's do this again.
Today it's a Monday, and I have a thesis to write. Today.
Alright, welcome back to Barbie and Trolls. This is Pei, and today we're very honoured to have Mr. Adam Scott with us. Yay! So Adam will be talking about on the topic of conferences. I heard that you just came back from Scotland not long ago, so tell us a little bit about that.
I recently went to the Social Enterprise World Forum. It's the annual meeting of social enterprises. They have a practitioner kind of meeting, meaning people who own social enterprise businesses, and then they have an academic symposium as well. So I presented at the academic symposium and then attended the practitioner one as well.
Right. How long did that last?
It was for two days for the academic one, and then 3 days for the practitioner one.
Right. Did you have time to go around and do some sightseeing?
I did. I managed to. I was in Edinburgh and Glasgow. Saw the castle and saw a lot of the sights.
That's great.
Yeah.
Great.
After the conference, of course.
So, Adam, tell us a little bit about your PhD.
So I look at these things called social enterprises. Social enterprises are, I would argue, a better way for the world to do business. So they look at how to create environmental good, how to create social good, and do this in a way where you can make some money as well. And I'm interested in the challenges that these organizations face.
Sounds like you're making a good contribution.
I'm trying to. We will see. So
I'm sure you will.
Yeah, so I have 3 months to go, so I'm just writing my discussion now.
So you're almost done.
Almost
Home
done.
stretch.
Home stretch.
Well, good luck with that.
Thank you, Karen.
Well, thank you for taking the time.
I'm happy to.
To give some advice to PhD students who are thinking of attending conferences or would like to improve their skills in these situations. So Adam today will take us through. I have prepared a list of questions and I will go through them with Adam. What did you enjoy the most about your conference?
It was great going to a country I've never visited before, to meet and talk to like-minded people who shared similar interests to me.
Yeah. Now you seem like a confident bloke yourself, so surely you have no problem breaking the ice in situations like seminars and conferences. Now, can you give us a bit of tips? You know how that can be done. I mean, when you first meet someone at a conference, it must be very daunting, right? Like, what are some of the things that you might do to break the ice?
I think first you've got to remember that no one likes networking. I've never met networking. I've never met anybody who enjoys the experience. I think when we're all, as confident as you may appear, I think most people are still shy talking to new people. So I think first it's important to remember that you're all in the same situation and you're all a little apprehensive about this, and you probably don't necessarily want to do it. With that in mind, I think you generally just be friendly. I'm like a lion, and I see like a baby buffalo that's left the pack by themselves, and they go and pounce. So if you're at the bar, for example, or you're at the water cooler, you look for somebody by themselves, and you just say, "Hey, how are you? What are you doing here?" And then conversation will roll, and then someone else will probably join.
So you collect all those individuals.
You look for the people by themselves, and I think it's more daunting walking into a group. But if you see someone by themselves, I think they're probably in the same situation as you, and then you can talk and then you can move on. And I think it's good to get business cards.
Right.
That should be a challenge. I feel that you should set yourself a goal. For example,
like a quota.
A quota, yes. So today I'm going to get 5 business cards, or get up 5.
So did you get 5? How many did you get in your last conference?
Well, it's funny, the one I went to, the convener, the person that was hosting, gave us all a challenge to get 5 business cards.
Oh, wow.
Did I make 5? I'm going to say yes. Yeah, I did, yeah.
Right. Now, what are you going to do with these business cards? Are you going to follow up?
Well, it's funny. Well, it's interesting. One person has emailed me already to follow up on something we were talking about. So that was positive. I haven't sent any emails out yet, but if the time is right, I will. But I think at the same time, it's you may not necessarily use them in the next month, the next week, the next 6 months, but a year down the track, you may be writing a paper, you may think of it, a topic may come to mind. Yeah, hey, I remember meeting John at Scotland or wherever, and then you can send an email. So I think it's just good preparation.
Do you have any conference must-dos or don'ts?
Yeah, I think going back to my point before, I think you have to remember that generally people are probably feeling as shy and as nervous as you are. So I think the first do is to try and get over that and be confident and to approach people. And I feel that you have a much better time if you talk to people. As daunting as it can be meeting new people, I think once you get over the initial contact, that you will have a good time. It's no good staying by yourself at the water cooler.
But what if I'm an introvert and I will be like staying by myself, and hopefully a person like you will come over and talk to me? Does that work?
It may do, but I think you would increase your chances if you get over that shyness. I know it's hard to say get over it, but I feel that your experience will be heightened if you do make the initiative and stuff. Anyway.
How about dress codes? How do you dress to impress?
I feel that smart. It depends. Again, I think there's different cultures. There's different countries, and there's different conference cultures. So I feel that maybe American conferences, and it depends on the department that you're in as well, can tend to be more formal than say the Australian or the English in New Zealand, for example. So I think you've got to play or dress to your audience, and I think you can work that out by reading the conference brief. I feel if you have a lot of maybe Harvard professors there, maybe you may get a feel that it's a more formal conference. Not stereotyping Harvard professors here, but I think a happy medium is just smart casual.
Yeah.
I think you don't want to be overdressed, but you don't want to be wearing shorts and t-shirts. So the last conference I just wore a pair of jeans, even when I presented, and a button-down shirt. You have to be comfortable as well. I think there's no point wearing a three-piece suit if you don't
feel comfortable
exactly.
in it. Yeah, good to know. Now, do you have your PhD pitch, your elevator pitch ready before these conferences, and how important do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I have a rehearsed pitch, but I know my topic well and I can summarize it within a sentence. And I think that's important. I think, you need to be clear and you need to tell people what you're doing, and not exactly what you're doing, but just an overall idea. And then if they want to learn more, this is good for conversation. They'll say, oh, can you go into that in a bit more detail? And then go into detail. Or you might just give your opening sentence, and then they might be like, oh, well, that's boring, and then they go elsewhere. But yeah, I think you need to, it's good practice to be able to just articulate what you're doing in a sentence.
Right. What advice do you have for people who are extremely nervous about public speaking? What do you think they can do to sort of ease themselves before they're delivering their presentation? How to make yourself less nervous?
I think it's really important to practice a lot beforehand. I always practice 10 times.
In front of a mirror?
Not in front of a mirror, no. You can do that. Personally, I use a meeting room at the university or a conference room, so I get used to that kind of setting, and I do the presentation from start to finish, and I make sure I do it at least 10 times. I think the last one I practiced 15 times.
15 times?
Yeah, so say it's 20 minutes, or said 15, so that's a good few hours.
So you already have a script, or you have like the main points written down?
I have a PowerPoint or a crazy presentation, and I have the main points dotted. And if you've done that 15 times, you know what those main points are. So the first couple of times you do the talk, you'll be a bit jittery and you refer to your notes, but by time 15, you'll be a very fluent presenter. And it's tedious, but I think in the long run it's worth it.
It's worth it.
And also I would think that most people are nervous as well. I think you're nervous because you care, right? Like very few people I think aren't nervous when they speak, but within the first minute or two, then the nerves will dissipate. The automatic process will kick in, you realise you know what you're doing, you're confident, your world is not falling apart, everything's going fine, and I think your nerves will disappear.
Very good tips. Now, last question, in what ways do you think this conference have helped you? So what do you get out of it?
Yeah, I think you get this. I think there's like the soft skills that you gain, just the experience of going somewhere, learning new ideas, understanding the rules of the game, so to speak. Meaning, you know what a conference looks like. You know you go from this room to that. You know you arrive 10 minutes before a presentation. Little things like that. Also, I think you learn hard skills, meaning like you practice a presentation. You know how to present. I'm now presenting in front of a big audience. I feel comfortable doing that. Again, going back to your point about meeting people, I think you learn, or you force yourself to meet strangers. You learn how to talk shop, so to speak. It seems trivial, but it's true. Like you learn the rules of the game.
How do you handle awkward situations, like when you're talking to, say, a professor or someone, and then you get this dead air?
I think it's always good to let people talk about themselves.
That's what they like.
I think people in general they like to talk about themselves. So just ask them questions about them.
I think it's good to also like remember the little details that like they told you as well. And so like later on, if you were to email them,
sure,
you can ask, well,
definitely. And
how did that book chapter go? Or,
yeah, very good. And if you've read some of their stuff previously, it's good to mention. Oh, I've read blah blah blah. That was interesting. Can you tell me a bit more about? I think when meeting new people in general, but especially within a work environment, it's good to let them talk and you to listen.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you, Pam.
Well, thank you.